Anyways, that was the neighbor. He knocked on my door, and I didn't have time to answer it. But it's not like he had an issue with the water. I don't really know. Tried to answer the door. He's not there. They don't know what's going on with the fasting and all that. They have no idea. So I have no idea what he's trying to do. But I was gonna say. Oh, right. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, like I was gonna take my check my ketone levels. That's right. He mentioned something about, yeah, he knocked on the door. Maybe I should go out there and do something. Well, I mean, yeah, he doesn't own this place, so I don't know why. Anyway, it's kind of throwing me off. Maybe I should do it. Maybe I should go see what's going on. Because the thing is, he might say something about the stuff that's in the garage, and I would just put it in the house. It's just kind of throwing me off because, like, you know what? I don't know. I guess if he knocks again, anyway, I'm gonna take a ketone reading real quick. He just like knocked on my door, and I don't even know what that was all about. It's so weird. It's the landlord of the unit upstairs, so it's kind of weird, but I don't know what he wants necessarily. I guess I can understand if there's an issue, but remember there was a rat, right? There was so maybe that's what they're concerned with. I don't know, but anyway, because I answered the door, but then he just left, and I think it was just because he doesn't want to. Maybe he doesn't want to deal with me or something. But anyway, I'm not doing anything wrong, as far as I know. So here we go. But yeah, like I said, I'm in an elite category. I'm at 2.0. So I'm in an elite category of cutting. And so like I'm starting to realize that kind of like unconsciously my diet, when I go overboard, it's like to deal with some bullshit, it's like some pain that it's like I always feel like, oh, I have this time, I'm going to use insulin to make me feel good kind of thing. But it shouldn't be that way. It's more about trying to use insulin, like to try to fight the insulin, So I don't know what he wants. Because like right now I'm trying to cook, so I think he knows that I'm talking, like he kind of seems like I'm talking on the phone. I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna cook my meals and stuff like that. Just get along with my day. I'm not gonna worry about it. It's just like, yeah, or cook my meal, that is. So, let's see here. Sorry, I got to go along with measuring things. So, yeah, it's weird that the landlord's over. I don't understand. Yeah, talking about water or something. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it's all right. This is kind of ridiculous, like, 'cause this is not my own house. It's a condo, so if there's like an issue over there, there might be an issue over here. So, but I think he's kind of worried, like, oh shit, I shouldn't be bothering him, kind of thing. But I mean, like right now is kind of a bad time. I mean, as you can see, right? So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna cook with the red palm oil, the one that I got Mark. So I'm not afraid of fats. I should be, in my mind, I should be afraid of insulin. That's the thing. Gotta do whatever it takes to fight against it. So that's the ultimate thing, is like the ultimate enemy, and it's always been the enemy, is insulin. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, it's good to measure your food. It's like, yeah, OMAD literally shouldn't be that complicated. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad that I could recognize that. And I'm just going to slowly get my stuff, not really make it a big deal. You don't need yogurt, you don't need anything else. But yeah, like probably shouldn't be doing the cottage cheese. Maybe other times, but right now the cottage cheese I don't think is a good idea. So here, like I'm out here measuring. See, another issue about the rat is that there's like a small hole that I didn't finish covering. So he might give me shit for that, like, oh, you didn't cover this, so it's your fault, you know, and here's some charges. Because there was a hole from a long time ago when they installed my water line. And so maybe they're making a connection with that, and, you know, basically like the rat or something. But they wouldn't have remembered. I don't think they would have remembered. They would just see a hole and think, oh, what is this hole in here? Probably. So yeah, everything, see, I'm spending extra time, but everything has to be measured. So I already know this is 0.625 calories, or I mean pounds. So according to this, there's 350 calories in one. So yeah, 350. And then obviously there's 65 calories per serving in this, or per every 2 tablespoons. So just got to keep that stuff in mind. And then when I use the red palm oil to cook with, I'm only going to have 1.5 or 2 teaspoons, so that's 80 calories. So yeah, I just got to be more careful at measuring everything out and getting the right stuff, you know. getting the right stuff. Hefty's home. Measuring the right calories and the right stuff. Now, every time that guy comes over and does some repair or whatever, he always throws me off because he's like, I think he doesn't think I should be a landlord. He doesn't think I should own this place because he thinks that he's, you know, that I should be older or something, you know, or something like that. That's my interpretation. I don't know. This seems like old cheese, but I think if you cut it, you'll get the good parts or something. It looks old. See, I think he's behind. He's in the garage right now. I was gonna throw this out because it looked old. Like this piece is completely old. This is Roquefort cheese, but I wanted to save some money, so it seems like it'll do. I can just get it to melt on the, and then throw the rest out or something. But yeah, I could start cooking this. I'm gonna get some onions and garlic. I'm gonna measure that out too. Onions and garlic. Yeah, I always freak out. When I see that guy because my prerogative is no longer like renovations and all that, so it might be a little confusing. Confused. So this is an onion. Oh right, I was gonna open up my laptop and like look this stuff up. I mean, this is important to measure out. So I'm not gonna. I have to obviously make sure that the cheese is weighed out properly. So I'm gonna tear this, and I only want to use about 28 grams of the cheese, or maybe less than that. So up to 28 grams. So that's, as long as it's less, then I know exactly what I'm getting. So this turns out to be 28, yes, okay. The rest of it I'm probably gonna throw out because it's just getting old, you know. So I'm gonna tear that, see how much this is. It's 50 grams of onion. See, now I have to be extremely precise about every little thing. So 50 grams of onion. Because you don't know what fat gain probably isn't this, but you know, it's just better to be safe. This is 50 grams of the vegetables, and of the onions. So I gotta look it up. Oh shit, this is off. The charger wasn't in. Since I'm in an elite level of weight loss, this is just the way it has to work, you know. And it sounds like I'm being all like, you know, like hard on myself, like I'm getting all grumpy about it and stuff. But no, I'm gonna embrace it, and I'm gonna be happy. I'm very happy about it. So I got this arugula and the other thing, and I'm gonna measure like several cups, or maybe 2 cups or something. So yeah, everything has to be measured, and you gotta like cut this whole paradigm out that somehow you have to eat to get that insulin spike, and you have to take the feelings out of every little thing, you know. So that's all I'm saying. So yeah, I'm just got my baby arugula, and so you'll see here, right? That, and I'm gonna measure 1 cup, and let's see here, for in total for everything. So it's about the same probably in calories, I would say, or several cups. So this is probably gonna end up doing like 2 cups, I would say, of everything. So this is literally 1 cup. I put it in the bowl. So I got 1 cup here. See, you gotta be elite. You gotta be elite. There's no way out of it. So you gotta spend more time and stuff like that. So yeah. And it's gotta be a very intentional thing about the amount of food you have, unfortunately. Because you gotta treat your body like a temple at this point. Quite literally. Like it's like your golden toy or something. So anyway, seems like I'm all over the place, but you get what I'm saying, right? So we have 1 cup there. I'm gonna put it in the bowl, and then so basically two cups. Put it in the bowl, and I will use olive oil, of course. So I have to add that to the calories. That's 1 cup. Okay. And then the other cup will be this one. Okay. Drain some of the water out. See, I have to take this more seriously. So there's 2 cups of veggies there. And how much does that equate to in terms of calories? It says here 20 calories. So that's not very much. So 20 calories. Yeah. Not very much. Okay, good. That's what I thought. Okay, 20 calories. Okay. So, just looking something up real quick. So there's 20 calories and 50 grams of onions, so not bad. So 20 plus 20 is 40, and then there's 105 calories in this amount of cheese, so I may use half of it. So that's 145, so not bad. And then garlic. Oh, that's nothing. 4 calories, 1 clove. So I might have 4 cloves. That's 16 calories. So anyway, what was I going to say? What was I going to say here? Oh, right. So we're going along with this. And then obviously the olive oil is going to be 1 tablespoon. So that's 40 calories. So 185 so far with everything together, 185. And then the ricotta is 65. So that's 250 calories. And so I'm just going to put the ricotta in there. 250 calories for all that, you know, I'm just trying to add everything together. So I'm going to get this in here. The idea is not an insulin spike, it's just to get the fats in, sort of. Some monounsaturated fat. And then I'm going to get my olive oil. This is the Biryani. So yeah, that's why I suspected about the salad was 200 to 250 calories. That's why and I didn't even do a calculation before. So, interesting. So I'm mixing it together. I should have gotten tomatoes. So yeah, the salad's, no, it's not 250 calories, not, well, yeah, it's a little less, like 230. So anyway, and then we're going to start the steak, which is 350 calories. So if you add those two together, you get 600 calories, right? And then you have, I like to pour macadamia nut oil. That's worth about 40 calories. So 640 calories. And then, let's see. Because yeah, that was the cheese. I'm sorry, I'm including the cheese with that. That's quite a bit of the calories, so including the cheese with that. So yeah, I guess the salad itself, sorry, it's probably is closer to 150 calories. So, but yeah, 600 calories with that cheese. Yeah, and then also I'm going to be having some ground beef. So I have to figure out how much calories that's going to add. So let's see here. I know, like, I'm just trying to be more careful. Normally I don't go this far for this kind of thing, but, and I have, I'm going to put 2 eggs too. So 2 eggs. Yeah, I mentioned 640 calories, but I'm trying to think if I included the red palm oil. No, I didn't. So that's going to be another 40 calories. So 680 calories. And then, what else did I mention? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out. 680 calories. Sorry if I'm a little slow today. I just haven't eaten yet, so I'm like trying to figure this out. So let's think. Let's think here. I was trying to get something, and I don't remember. I got the ground beef. So what else would be needed? Sorry, I just don't remember. What I was going to eat. Oh, the eggs. That's right. So the eggs are going to be Um, 70 calories each, so that's 140 calories. So that's 720. So 820 calories when you add everything up so far without the ground beef. So if I really want to make this right, I'll just add about 100 more calories from the ground beef. So that will get me to 1,020, about 1,020 calories if I just want to stick with that. So yeah, 100 calories of this. Let me see. Or did I mean 200? I don't remember. Wait, 820. I meant 200 calories. Yeah. They say 4 ounces. Is about right. So just under. So 3.6 ounces. So. That's 102 grams. So I'm gonna try to measure for 102 grams. And if it looks like a lot, then I'm just not gonna, do anything. But this is what intentional looks like where you're doing everything intentionally. And 1,020 calories ain't too bad. That's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of light, but that's not bad. I mean, it is what it is, right? So. Hundred ounces. So. See, I actually never measure measure out my beef like this, and I should be, but I don't. So yeah, that is exactly going to cause me to have 1,020 calories. This looks like a small amount of meat, but it is what it is. With the eggs, of course, 2 eggs. So that's not bad. I mean, if I wanted to cook, if I'm still getting hungry, so to speak, and I still want to cook food, then. Or if I still want to eat, then I'm just going to commit to having more ground beef. It's really that simple. There's nothing wrong, nothing confusing about that, Nothing confusing about that. It just is what it is. So, yeah. It's funny because when I eat it, it's going to feel like it was nothing. Like, oh well, that was nothing, right? But then you forget, you forget that. What calorie deficit really means and stuff like that. So in your mind, so I was surprised. I thought the Roquefort cheese would actually add a lot more calories, but it doesn't. I'm surprised. I don't know why I'm feeling a little weird because if I go out there. Yeah, I mean, it's I got my own property rights, so, and that guy doesn't even join us on the things anymore, whatever it's called. But, it is what it is. So, this ribeye actually is actually quite small if you think about it. And if you think about it, a lot of the meals that I've been eating have been pretty big. I mean, in a relative sense, because. In the past, I talked about this to Mark from Mark's Epic Weight Loss. I've discussed with him that in the past I've eaten light as fuck. I'll have light meals, but they're all high carbs, so I'm not losing any fat. I'm not in ketosis or anything like that. So So if I ever saw a meal like this would look big to me. I'd be like, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of food. But if you think about it, it's like I have it so much that I don't even. It doesn't really even like. It doesn't faze me that it's really that much food. So So in a way, I like every time I come off of a fast, I always tell myself like I'm living like a fat fuck or something, So, but it's not true. So. Yeah. So anyway, starting to cook. Okay, I'm putting the burner on. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of that red palm oil because I love it so much. Maybe a heaping teaspoon because it's not a heaping teaspoon. So yeah, this is me breaking a 72-hour fast. 3-day fast. And that was so weird that guy came by. I don't know why. I don't even, like, he hasn't been here in months. Like, he doesn't know what's going on with me. Like, this guy, All right, I'm putting the meats on there. I will season them, and that probably adds insignificant amount of calories. Well, my friend Mark told me to, another guy from Canada, told me to smell this first, because I got some weird reviews on it. About it, I mean. No, it doesn't smell bad, so it's probably good. Nope, doesn't smell weird to me at all. Although it smells a little, I don't know, garlicky, I guess. Just kind of odd, but I got this one from Safeway. 30 minutes. It's not going to be 30 minutes, on me, obviously. And then I'm going to do that, put some spices on there. I have to remember, it's not about going crazy or anything. Just cook, eat, and be done. It's not really, oh, I gotta do this, like, I gotta eat this on the thing. There's a certain joy in cooking, and you shouldn't be trying to experience it all the time. I'm going to put some of the onions in there. What did I do with the garlic? Oh, there it is. What's it? Also have to have the discipline of when I'm cooking to not finger lick anything, because what happens is like you release insulin and then you have the opposite, you solve the opposite problem that you're looking to solve. Oh yeah, I wanted to put a jalapeno in there and a cucumber, which is gonna add like what, 40 calories, so 160. Ain't too bad. Gonna add these. In fact, I'll just look it up. Like, 33 calories in a zucchini, and then I was right. .26 calories in a jalapeno. So yeah, just no more than 50. So, or 60, whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it. But I'm not even going to use that much. So, as of the zucchini. So, but for being strict here, we could just round it off to 1,080 or 1,100, however you want to look at it, which is fine. Doesn't matter to me. But this is nutritional, so it's like, just add it, that's how I look at it. Just might as well add it. And I don't have to add everything. ridiculous. And how? Oh, my eggs are done. Actually not quite. I'll leave it in there for about 40 seconds, I guess. But yeah, I'm in an elite category of weight cutting, so I really, to get down to 8-9% or something. So, which obviously it's probably going to be 10, and then I'm just going to stop. But do I feel bad about my results today? A little bit, but at the same time, it's like, dude, that is way better than it's ever been. Like, that is pretty fucking good. 13% is still pretty good, And, it's like, I may not be at the 10%, but that's all good, for the most part. But doesn't mean that I shouldn't try to stick with this, Oh yeah, baby. That's looking good. Looking real good. And see, I have to look at this as a lot of food. That is a lot of food. That is a lot of food. Including that. It's a lot of food. You're damn right it's fucking a lot of food, Pretty much, if it's gonna be like covering the whole thing, the whole plate, that's a lot of food. That, to me, I have to look at that as a lot of food, So... I mean, generally it is. The only thing though is that over time, the more you accept having more and more food, the more, like, what ends up happening is the more your brain is thinking that it's less and less food. So, so it has everything to do with insulin. Everything is insulin. Everything is. And if you treat insulin like the enemy, then you're always going to look at food in the same size proportion. Like, you'll see this thing and think, oh, it's huge. Better be careful about putting that in my mouth, right? That's how you got to think. It is what it is. So yeah, we're at about 1,100 calories. This is going to be my OMAD meal today, and that's just how things are going to go. Thanks for watching. I might post a video like showing me eating it later, but for now I'm going to try to post these. Thanks. And yeah, that's my food, and then I'm going to put this on there afterwards. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Wish me luck for the future. I think I got this. I'm in an elite class of weight loss people, so I gotta really stick to this to get to 10%. Thanks for watching.